So, it's the holiday season, and I know a lot of you will be traveling to see loved ones this year. And so today, I'm gonna tell you how to get to your flight on time when you are running so incredibly late. Please excuse my appearance. I've just now arrived to Calgary, my final destination where my family live, but oh boy, was catching this flight a rough one. Let me tell you. So I have a bit of a bad track record. This year alone, I have missed 3 flights, mostly at the beginning of the year, and always from Calgary. I do fly other places, but for some reason, this is a cursed location for me, for many reasons. But I woke up, and I was supposed to get up at 4 a.m. I woke up at 4:50 a.m., and that's where everything went downhill. At around 5:40, I was able to call my Uber. Then, it said 22 minutes till your Uber's arrival. My flight was at 7 a.m. I was gonna be late. I was gonna be so late. And I was freaking out. So I canceled the Uber. Then my plan was to go out and find a taxi. And so this is where my first step on when you're running late comes in. Step number 1, do the math. Which is better, taking an Uber or a taxi? If you have a loved one who will drive you, you're so lucky. I know no one who drives in Montreal. That's a lie, but like downtown, you know. Anyway, you can either go outside and hail a taxi, or you can order an Uber. Uber typically is cheaper, but if it's surge pricing and it's over $40, then the taxi is cheaper because it's flat rate $40. So figure out what the flat rate for the taxi is in your town and then like math that. Then I redialed my Uber because you know what? It's not gonna take 22 minutes, and thank God I did. Daniel came in clutch. He arrived in 4 minutes, which then was too soon for me, so I quickly packed my stuff, left, got in the elevator. Other key thing, I usually pack with a backpack so I can use that as carry-on, and it's also so much easier. Get in the Uber, we drive. It's -30 with wind chill in Montreal. I was looking a mess. My other tip, which I did not follow here, is look presentable at the airport because people are so more likely to help you. It's like this weird psychological thing. And if you're wearing like a nice coat, your hair is done, oh my gosh, you just skip through the lines. I swear, people will come and find you to help you. I don't know what kind of psychology this is. I did not follow that. And problem number 2 or 3 came in. The baggage tags didn't print out. I've never had this issue before, and because I had my snowboard, I needed to check in a bag, because my other tip is if you do not have to check in a bag, if you can take on just a carry-on, always do that. Always. Oh my gosh, if you can just walk through to security with your boarding pass on your phone, oh, you're so set. Oh my goodness. But I couldn't do that. And I had to track them down, and it was like this horde of people where everyone's like yelling at the guy, and it was 6 in the morning at this point. Finally find him. Doesn't want to speak to me because my French is terrible, and I looked like this. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm looking at my phone. I'm seeing 6:30, plane's boarding. I'm still checking in my bag. I go to oversized. It takes about 15 minutes. No, 10. So it's 6:40. I have to go through security skill, and somehow the overflow area for checking in or security or whatever, it's open. It is the busiest Montreal airport has ever been. I'm speed walking. I'm trying to cut through, walk as fast as I can. Elbows out, but I'm still polite. I will go through the overflow area. It's like 6:50. I know my plane is boarding, and I look at the sign up top and it says 15 to 20 minutes security is gonna take, and I'm like, no way. I know that's a generous estimate. There's no way I can go through there, find my gate. Ugh. So this is where the next hack comes in. There are people in the middle, and they're swabbing things, they're checking people, and they're barricaded by a gate. This is only if you see these people. But if you see one of these people, and they're like not really doing anything, wave them down. Show them your boarding time. Even if it's not that bad, if you're nice, they'll probably let you through. and they'll quickly swab your stuff and they'll send you through to priority and you can cut through. This is the best life hack, and Montreal Airport always comes in clutch with this. I hope like they don't stop doing this because I'm saying that now, but yeah. So this really kind gentleman swabs my laptop, puts me through priority, I cut through. You know, it's, my plane had been boarding for about half an hour at this point. It was, yeah, almost 7. And I run to my gate, but you know what I still had time for? Relay, because Relay is the only airport store that's actually fast. I will not line up anywhere else. I needed breakfast, you know, so I quickly ran to Relay, got my stuff. Maybe that was naive, but I trust them there. They are so fast. No other airport store will I stop at unless it's like a souvenir, because it's just not worth it. I'm walking so fast at this point, I'm cutting through people. It's like one of those scenes, you know, where you're trying to find your lover through the gate. I'm walking fast with my Relay stuff because love her. And I see it. Gate 51. She's there. And they're still boarding. I think the only reason why they didn't close the gate was because it was a massive plane. They'd done a stop in Halifax before, and it was like, I don't know which model, but it was so big and so nice, and I'm so grateful that it was a big plane and not one of those little janky ones, and they had all the great movies. And it was a really good flight, and I slept all of it because I had slept 2 hours before because I had to wake up at 4 a.m. And that's how my sleep schedule is. I was late as always, but I still made it on time. This challenge is also a bit of a story time, so you wanna know how you miss your flight? That's fall asleep at your gate. That's how I missed my first flight. I literally was like, oh, I have so much time, and I thought that the time on my boarding pass, which was like the departure time, was the boarding time. Don't confuse that ever. And I like woke up at like 7 whatever, and I was ready to walk on my flight, and they were like, no, your flight has already left. The gates are closed. And I had to get the next one. It's okay though. They're really generous. If you do miss your flight, sometimes I've had this once, I missed my flight, and then I got on a better one without a layover, and I arrived earlier than I would have. So sometimes it's even better at missing your flight, but not this case. Oh my gosh. I hope that you enjoy your holidays and see your family, and yeah, Merry Christmas and all the other holidays. I know Hanukkah's already passed.